Hi guys, my name is Andrew and I like to share with you what's happened to me since 2014 when it comes to diabetes. Hence the title of this video is 5 steps to cure type 2 diabetes. Well, in 2004 what's happened is that I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and was just only a small thing at the time, and was controlled by diet, but then that didn't help, and so they gave me some drugs, metformin. So I went on to metformin for a few months. Then we looked at my situation, and they decided to, well, we need something a little bit more, and so they started to give me small amounts of insulin. Anyway, during the long period of from 2004 to 2016, what I've done was I was on these drugs, metformin and insulin, and it got up to where I was taking 2,000 milligrams of metformin, followed by three injections each day of insulin. So it'd be in the morning, lunchtime, and around about tea. Now, thing is, I wasn't really sort of coached too much about the diet, as apparently the medical schools where doctors get their degrees unfortunately don't really get taught too much on nutrition, and so they really couldn't help me out much there, except for a dietitian, which were really the dietitian I did have at that time really wasn't much of a help. Too busy doing other things. So anyway, I was left my own demise, and I suffered from it. Now, the consequences of having to do so, I thought, okay, I have got 2,000 milligrams a day of metformin. I'm injecting myself 3 times a day with insulin. I'll be all right. I can eat whatever I want. Well, of course, that didn't happen, did it? Right? It wasn't okay. And what happened is bad, serious side effects began to happen. So I won't go into details of what kind of things I had, but let me tell you that it was just full of sugar. And my experience, and I think there's a lot of other people out there that their experience is that sugar is a killer. It's just plain and simple as that. Sugar will kill you. Now, what happened was that in 2016 I started to get, well actually it was before that, but let's just say with 2016 my limbs become, sometimes my hands would be numb along the side here, right? My fingers start to become numb. My feet were numb. It got to the stage where I lost strength in my limbs. My legs were as weak as jelly. My joints, right, I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs without being in pain. And then one day I had a shower and I decided to cut my nails, my toenails, and I looked at whatever, I thought doesn't look too good. So I went to cut it and it came off from my toes, and it stunk. It had a terrible stench to it. So I quickly started to clean it up myself, and that was the time when I said, God help me. So I prayed and God did help me. And the first step, right, he led me to was to give up sugar. He said, Andrew, you got to give up sugar. So because I was a sugar diabetic, sugar addict, I just wanted, I love me sweets, lollies, soft drink. Like, I used to have 24 cinnamon donuts sitting at work, because I used to be in a control room, just like Homer, where you just sit and do nothing but eat and drink. Alright, so of course there's other things to do there too, but most of the times that the machine runs, you just sit and do whatever comes natural, which is have a cup of coffee and eat. And anyway, so I did that, and 24 cinnamon donuts, along with like a huge bag of chocolate coated fruit and nut. Like, it was like really nice big bag that would last me in the shift. I'll sit down and I'll just golf that up, just keep on going one after the other, and handfuls at a time. And I didn't worry about it, because I was on 2,000 milligrams of metformin, and I was injecting myself with insulin. And I never thought about it. I thought, so this is medicine. It should fix me. I'll be all right. I can keep on doing what I want. No, doesn't happen that way. So, like I said, me toenail come off me toe, and I prayed to God, and He helped me. And I got off the sugar. I went cold turkey. I said to my wife, I said, I'm going to have to give up sugar. And so I had no more sugar in me coffees, in me desserts or anything. I stopped having ice cream, all those sorts of things, yummy biscuits and lollies and all that sort of stuff. Mind you, I was a real addict. So anyway, I gave that up, and I started to feel a little bit pretty good, because before that I was overweight. I was 115 kilo, not sure what that is in pounds, but I was pretty well overweight. So going from 115 kilos in about 3-4 months down to 90 kilos. That's not bad, and I didn't do much at all except for one thing: give up sugar. Get rid of sugar, all the fast foods. Don't have too many carbs. Carbs are good, but be careful. The carbs will turn into triglycerides, will then turn into sugars, which will spike your blood sugar level. Also, from my experience, what I've learned in the last 4 or 5 years, right, about health, thanks to a lot of people on YouTube that has helped me along the way. They don't just realise how much they have helped me. I got a lot of information from there, and that by losing the weight, I've discovered then I needed to do some cleansing. The next one was the liver cleanse. I thought, well, I could have a fatty liver, and so what I did, I thought, right, a fatty liver, you know, what do you do for a fatty liver, or a liver cleanse as a whole? So I've done some research on Google and on YouTube, and I found that dandelion root does the trick, and milk thistle. I thought, all right, beauty, right, I'll try this. Anyway, so I was doing that, but then I had to remember, wait on, I'm going to have to try to get off these drugs. So I thought, right, okay, what I need to do, try to cleanse my liver at the same time get off these drugs. So under my own esteem, right, I had nothing to lose, and what I'm about to tell you is just only what worked for me. It may not work for you, but this is what I did. This is my testimony to you of what I did for myself. So I thought, right, I needed to transition. I need to wean myself off these drugs. And then I've done some research, some more research on YouTube. And I found, cinnamon. Cinnamon's a good one. Right, so okay, so what I did, right, I started making myself some cinnamon tea. So I broke up the cinnamon sticks, and I'll sort of boil them in a saucepan of water, and then I let it cool down a little bit. I'll put a bit of stevia, right, which has got no calories and it's good for you, right, so it won't spike your blood sugar. Use a bit of stevia, and then I drank it down. And I've done that for about a week or so, right, and then I started to see the results. So I started to wean myself off the metformin, went down from 2,000 milligrams to 1,000 milligrams a day. Then from 1,000 milligrams, because there are only 1,000 milligram tablets, I just took right off my regimen, and I replaced that with cinnamon. Right, because now that I don't have the high blood sugar, I figured, well, I'm gonna stop taking this insulin. So anyway, I just weaned myself off the insulin. Instead of 3 times a day to 2 times a day. Then after a week, once a day. And then by the end of three weeks, no more insulin. So okay, that was great. So now I'm off the metformin, I'm off the insulin, I'm drinking this tea, And I'm also having me dandelion root tea with milk thistle. Great. So I did that, and then I thought, right, okay, things are going really well. I'm losing weight, and right, I've noticed one thing. I noticed something really strange. I wasn't getting pains in my joints anymore. The pain that was in my joints started to disappear. And I thought, oh, this is all right. So as the pains in my joints disappear, I've noticed that me body started to get a little bit more stronger. So this is over a course of a few months. Anyway, then I started to, right, okay, I want to do some exercise. Right, so I really felt like exercising. Now, so what happens is when your sugar drops, right? What happened with me when my sugar drops, I get this burst of energy, and I really want to do a lot, right, physically. So anyway, so I did. So at work I started to do push-ups, all that sort of thing, and I felt really great. My blood got so low at times it was like 3.5 and 4, and strangely enough is that I didn't really get the shakes, like where I was before if I was on the medication, right, and my blood sugar went down. Right, I used to get shakes, but this time I didn't. Right, instead, I got burst of energy, and that burst of energy helped. So that was great. And then I thought, right, okay, a few months going past, everything's working great, and all that sort of thing. And I had another appointment to see my as a diabetic educator, and so I got blood tests done, and then in about 3 or 4 days later, she rang up and said, Andrew, I don't know what you're doing, but keep doing what you're doing. I said, why? Because your blood sugar is normal. So anyway, and so that was great. That was great news. All right, so that sort of gave me more incentive to become more healthier. So I looked it up some more on YouTube and Google, and I found there's a connection between the brain and your digestive system. So your digestive system and your brain, they communicate. Okay. So whatever you put in your gut, it depends on how healthy your brain is going to be. Right. Okay, so what I did, I decided to do a bowel cleanse. Right. So I got on YouTube, found out how to do a bowel cleanse, and it's actually called a saline wash. Right. And it goes like this. Right. You get purified water. Right. You get purified water, a litre of it, warm it up to body temperature. Then you get a tablespoon of Himalayan sea salt. Yeah, add that in there, mix it up, right, till it's completely dissolved. Right, when it's dissolved, now you got to do this. Must be in the morning and on an empty stomach. You cannot do it on a full stomach. It must be in the morning and on an empty stomach. I'll repeat again, just like a friend on YouTube said, it must be on an empty stomach. You cannot do this. It must be first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So then you get that salt water, that litre of salt water, and you must drink it in one go. You can't have like just a couple zips, drink and then stop, drink and then stop, drink and then stop. It doesn't work that way. You must drink it all in one go, right? So you breathe in, you go, and then drink it down. And while you hold your breath, while it's going down, it's better. Don't try to go and then drink it down. It won't work. You've got to hold your breath, drink it down, all down to the last bit. Right, well, if you can't make all of it, it doesn't matter, because you will get the 90% of it down at least. So, and then after that, what you do, you just sit and relax and wait for it to take effect. So after that happens, then you will cleanse out your bowels. And after I had cleansed my bowels out, you would not believe how much weight I've lost as well. I lost 3 kilos. No, not 3, 2 kilos, right? 1.5 to 2 kilos just on that, because there was stuff that has been in my gut for years, even as a child. And there's stuff that does actually stay in your gut for years. So that's why whatever diets you're on, and they only last for a little while, it's because you really need to clean out your gut. And when you got a clean gut, you got a clean mind. Now, after the gut cleans, right, you need to take probiotics. Probiotics such as kefir. Now, you can have water kefir, you can have milk kefir. I prefer milk kefir. It's more of a natural probiotic. Some people are worried about taking milk kefir because of the lactose, because they're lactose tolerant. Don't worry, lactose is sugar, right? What happens with the bacteria, the kefir, the grains, they swallow up the sugar. They feed on the sugar. So what you're left is probiotics. There's no sugar. So I don't know why people want to go on water kefir for when by the time the bacteria is finished with the milk, there's no sugar in the milk anymore at all, right? So anyway, so yeah, have a few servings of kefir to replenish the flora in your gut. All right, now another thing, I must add this. You feel hungry. You feel hungry because your body is asking for food. No, your body is asking for nutrition. What happens when you go to the fast food outlets? Right, I won't mention any names. You go to these fast food outlets, you buy something really quickly because you feel hungry. Within about an hour or so, you're hungry again. Why? Because the body's saying, listen, you gave me garbage. I need some food, some nutrition, some good stuff, something to feed, to live on. I don't want this garbage. It's full of chemicals, full of sugars. full of starches, full of these preservatives. The body's saying to you, don't give me this crap. Give me some food, some proper food. So what you really need is to get some greens into you. Get some wholesome greens into you, some veggies. It's not going to be easy, but you have to. Do you want to live? You're going to have to change your diet and your lifestyle. After you have something to eat, right, it is a good idea to go and take a walk. Like you just finished your tea. Good. Now time, you can take your dogs for a walk. Right? It's like I do. Get up, take your dogs for a walk. Go around the block, go up the street. Just walk. But don't just walk. Walk a little bit faster, because you need to stir up the metabolism. The thing is that you'll be surprised after 1 week of doing that, you'll be surprised just how much your energy level will go up. You'll lose weight to where your body will stabilize you. You don't stabilize you, your body will stabilize you. Don't worry about trying to stabilize yourself. Your body will stabilize you as long as you keep eating the good foods, right? I've gone from, like I said, 115 kilos down to 90 kilos. So, so after all that, what I've done, I thought, right, this is great. I feel so good. I'm 61 now, right? And I feel better today than what I did when I was in my 30s. I didn't care back then. Well, we don't, do we? We trust the food industry. We trust the food industry. We trust the pharmaceutical industry. But they've all been lying to us. The food industry poisons us. The pharmaceutical industry has got the cure for you. Hand in hand, isn't it? Right? One hand feeds the other hand. You only have to put 2 and 2 together. The thing is that like the more money, the more chemicals they put in the food, the more money the pharmaceutical industry will make. So what you need to do is get into good wholesome food. I'm growing my own food, right? There's a green that I would really suggest that everybody gets into, and that's called kale. That is nature's multivitamins. And broccoli and spinach. Get into them. Make yourself a smoothie. It is so easy to make yourself a smoothie. Maybe on the next videos, right, hopefully, to come, I'll show you how to make the green smoothie. And that'll keep you going all day. Right, for me, I'm at the stage now that I only eat 1 meal a day. I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch. I only have tea. And most of the times it's just a smoothie, because I get all my nutrients from my smoothie, from my veggies. At times I might have something, every now and then, here and there, but I don't make it a habit. You can do a lot with kale. You have kale chips. You can do everything. You can make stews that are really good for you. Right, I got a recipe that I got from YouTube. Right, it's for men to build up their testosterone. It's a soup and a smoothie, a testosterone smoothie, and they're all good. So anyway, something else I forgot to mention too. Behind me, not sure if you can see properly, but right, you see that shelf behind me here? It's got all my herbs, right? All my herbs down there, right, and some other supplements on that third shelf, and up top, right, all my beans, my whey powder, right, and all that sort of things up there too as well. And down here, right, I've got me weights. Right, I got me bench press here, right, and yeah, I got some weights over there as well. But yep. So just goes to show you that right, you can change your life if you really want to. First thing you need to do is you need God in your life. Without God, I don't think I would have been able to get so far. But that's your choice. But just remember that Jesus had died for us. Right, and all we have to do is just accept Him into our life. And for now, I better finish off this video, and hope you all a good, healthy and blessed life. Bye for now.